Everything you have been told about getting what you want from people is a complete and utter lie. They tell you to communicate your needs clearly. They tell you to fight for your relationships, to hold people accountable, to politely but firmly explain exactly how they disappointed you. They tell you that if you just use the right combination of words, you can make people treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Stop. Stop acting like a hostage negotiator in your own life. Stop exhausting yourself trying to script the behavior of grown adults. Because this desperate need to manage other people is the exact reason you are constantly anxious, constantly disappointed, and constantly exhausted. Think about how you operate right now. Someone pulls away, and your immediate instinct is to panic. You double text. You ask, "Are we okay?" You try to force a conversation to get clarity. Someone disrespects your time, and you spend 3 hours drafting the perfect, passive-aggressive message to make them feel guilty. Someone chooses a path you know is wrong for them, and you argue until you are blue in the face trying to save them. You know this nauseating cycle. The absolute exhaustion of caring more about someone else's behavior than they do. The bitter resentment that builds when you realize you have poured all your energy into trying to control a situation, and it still went wrong. The hollow, sinking feeling in your chest when you realize you are begging someone to value you. You feel entirely drained. You feel like you are gripping the steering wheel of a car that is entirely out of your control, knuckles white, terrified of the crash. You are treating every relationship, every interaction, every perceived slight as a problem you have to actively manage and solve. And it is destroying your peace of mind. Modern self-help looks at your shattered nerves and tells you that you just need to set better boundaries. It tells you to have courageous conversations. It tells you that your anxiety is valid and you must make sure everyone around you accommodates it. What a fragile, pathetic delusion. This delusion convinces you that your emotional stability is dependent on the cooperation of other people. It convinces you that if someone misunderstands you, leaves you, or dislikes you, it is a crisis that requires your immediate intervention. And as long as you believe that, you are an emotional slave to everyone you meet. When you finally realize that trying to control other people is the ultimate act of weakness, everything shifts. When you stop fighting for control and start practicing absolute, chilling detachment, you become untouchable. If you are ready to drop the exhausting burden of managing the world, if you are ready to forge a mind of absolute sovereignty, hit that subscribe button right now. We are building an army of the unbreakable, and we need your focus on the inside. Let's talk about men who actually understood the mechanics of power. Let's talk about the Stoics. Let's talk about Epictetus, a man who understood the fundamental law of human existence better than any modern psychologist. He said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." Did he say, cease worrying about things, unless it's your partner pulling away, then you should definitely send a long text? No. Let's talk about Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who was constantly surrounded by plotting, scheming, unreliable people. Did he run around the palace demanding everyone validate his feelings? Did he try to control the treacherous thoughts of his senators? He wrote to himself, "It is silly to try to escape other people's faults. They are inescapable. Just try to escape your own." The Stoics understood a terrifying truth that modern society is too weak to face. They understood the dichotomy of control. They knew that the thoughts, actions, and opinions of other people belong to the category of things you cannot control. Therefore, expending your life force trying to manipulate them is a form of madness. Modern society is completely obsessed with control. We want to control the narrative. We want to control our image. We want to control how people perceive us. We are taught that if we just care enough, and try hard enough, we can bend the world to our will. The Stoics would look at this frantic, sweaty struggle with profound pity. They understood the ultimate weakness of the grasping hand. They knew that true power does not come from forcing people to stay, it comes from being entirely indifferent to whether they leave. They cultivated the inner citadel. A fortress where the gates are open, and people are free to walk in and walk out as they please, but the king on the throne remains completely unmoved. This is the paradigm shift you must execute immediately. This is where you stop being a frantic manager of people and start being the calm commander of your own reality. You must stop treating the behavior of others as a reflection of your worth. Start treating it as information about their character. Who are you? Are you a beggar, pleading for people to act the way you want them to act? Or are you a monolith of solid stone, observing the chaos of human nature with mild, unbothered curiosity? Executing the "let them" theory is not about giving up. Do not confuse what I am saying with passivity or being a doormat. Being a doormat is letting people hurt you and staying because you are afraid. Let them is the architecture of the elite. It is about an absolute, chilling withdrawal of your resistance. It is about looking at the chaotic, disappointing behavior of others and deciding, this requires zero of my energy. True invincibility is about alignment. It is aligning yourself with the absolute reality that you are only responsible for your own actions. That whether they lie, leave, or misunderstand you, the gates of your citadel remain locked from the inside. So how do you actually enforce this? How do you train your mind to drop the rope instantly, without feeling the agonizing urge to control the outcome? It requires ruthlessly implementing the laws of the "let them" philosophy. First, you must master the "let them leave" protocol. This is the ultimate test of detachment. Someone you care about starts pulling away. They become distant. They cancel plans. Your immediate instinct is to panic. To chase. To ask what you did wrong. Stop. Let them. If someone wants to walk out of your life, open the door for them. Do not block the exit. Do not ask them to explain their reasons. The Stoic understands that a person who requires convincing to stay is a person who has already left. When you refuse to chase, you shatter the dynamic. They expected you to cling. They expected you to validate their ego by begging. When you simply say, "Okay," and turn your attention back to your own life, you project absolute, terrifying power. You demonstrate that your life is a complete, functioning ecosystem that does not require their presence to survive. Let them walk. The void they leave is space for your own peace. Second, you must enforce the "let them be wrong" mandate. You exhaust yourself trying to defend your character. Someone misunderstands your intentions. They gossip about you. They form a completely inaccurate opinion of who you are. Your ego screams at you to correct the record. To show them the evidence. To make them see the truth. Kill the ego. Let them be wrong. You are not the PR manager of your own reputation. Marcus Aurelius did not care what the barbarians thought of his philosophy. He understood that people are committed to the reality they have created in their own minds. If they have decided you are the villain, nothing you say will change the script, it will only make you look defensive. The sovereign mind does not explain itself to fools. You must become entirely comfortable being the bad guy in someone else's story. When you stop fighting to be understood, you instantly reclaim all the energy you were wasting on an unwinnable war. Let them spin their narratives. Let them hold their grudges. Your only concern is the integrity of your own actions. The truth needs no defense. Third, you must embrace the "let them fail" strategy. This is the hardest law to apply to people you love. You see someone making a terrible mistake. They are dating the wrong person. They are ruining their career. They are engaging in toxic behavior. You want to save them. You give unsolicited advice. You try to fix their problems. Stop playing savior. Let them fail. You are robbing them of the consequences they need to learn their own lessons. The Stoic knows that experience is a harsh teacher, but it is the only teacher that works. When you constantly intervene, you become an enabler of their weakness. You state your opinion once, clearly and without emotion. "I think this is a mistake." And then, you step completely out of the way. You let them hit the wall. You let them feel the pain. You must sever the arrogant belief that you know what is best for another human being's journey. Your job is to manage your own life, not to play God in theirs. Fourth, you must execute the "let them show you" observation. We spend so much time making excuses for people's behavior. They are just busy. They didn't mean it that way. They are going through a hard time. You are doing the exhausting work of translating their actions into something acceptable. Stop translating. Let them show you who they are, and believe them the first time. If they are inconsistent, let them be inconsistent. If they are disrespectful, let them be disrespectful. Do not try to coach them into being better people. You must become a cold, objective observer of data. When they show you a lack of effort, you do not complain, you simply adjust your own effort to match theirs. When they show you a lack of loyalty, you do not argue, you quietly remove their access to your inner circle. You stop fighting reality and start maneuvering around it. You use their actions not as a reason to be angry, but as a map to guide your own decisions. Fifth, you must sever your attachment to their potential. This is where most people get trapped. You fall in love with who someone could be, not who they actually are. You see their potential, and you spend years trying to drag them toward it. You are in a relationship with a ghost. The Stoic deals only with reality. You must ruthlessly accept the person standing in front of you right now. Let them be exactly who they are in this moment. If who they are right now does not align with your standards, you leave. You do not stay and try to build a better version of them. You cannot force a seed to grow by pulling on the stem, you will only uproot the plant. Release your grip on their potential. It is not yours to manifest. You have been fighting a completely unnecessary war. You have been exhausting yourself trying to script, direct, and manage the actions of a world that owes you nothing. You have been trading your precious sanity for the illusion of control. It is time to drop the script. It is time to resign as the general manager of the universe. You cannot control their loyalty. You cannot control their opinions. You cannot control the mistakes they choose to make. But you have absolute, dictatorial control over whether you allow their chaos to penetrate your mind. You can cultivate a mind so disciplined, so fortified, so utterly detached from desperation, that the actions of others feel like wind blowing past a mountain. Let the anxious masses continue to try and control everything. Let them exhaust themselves in endless arguments, desperate texts, and toxic negotiations. Let them consume endless content about how to fix people who do not want to be fixed. You are walking away from the madness. You are stepping into the cold, sharp reality of the Stoics. You are choosing the path of immense, terrifying freedom. Open the gates. Let them leave. Let them be wrong. Let them fail. Do the work. Forge the mind. Stand firm. And when the world acts exactly as the world always acts, do not react. Do not reach out. Do not resist. The world belongs to the man who does not need it to bend to his will. Retreat into the citadel. Let them do whatever they want.